Welcome to the award-winning Justice Hour with attorney Lisa Macci. For the next hour, Lisa will focus on the law, government, and politics, and how they affect your life, your family, and the community. Now here's your host, Lisa Macci.
Here we are at the Lobsterfest, the annual celebration, summer celebration of the Republican Party of Palm Beach County. And we're going to walk around and see who we can find. Turned out to be a beautiful night. It was raining earlier, but got very lovely, and couldn't have picked a better place than Palm Beach to have the annual celebration for the Palm Beach County Republican Party. And here we are with State Representative Pat Rooney. So, Pat, tell us, you just finished your freshman year in the Florida legislature, and now you're here for the celebration with the Republican Party of Palm Beach County. So tell us your thoughts now that the session is over and what we have in store for Florida for next year and for the rest of your term.
Well, I think, Lisa, like I've gone around saying to all the municipalities, sort of giving them a legislative update, I think some good things were done. You know, we did some things with unemployment compensation. We did some things to get Florida back to work again. The thing I was actually most proud of up there was the pill mill legislation that we were able to kind of come together bipartisan and craft something to deal with that issue, which is becoming very big here in Palm Beach County. But there's still a lot of work to be done. I think we need some more incentives, tax incentives, those types of things to really entice businesses to come back down here.
Well, anyone who's here in Palm Beach can see that there's no recession. Certainly here in July, where the businesses are doing very well here on the island.
It is nice. I mean, I've talked to a lot of the CVB people and the tourism people, and the hotel room rates the occupancy rates are up. I mean, that's a sign that we're getting the tourists back here, which is good. They're a big part of our economy, but we still need to get those small and bigger businesses to want to come to Florida. So, yeah, there's definitely some good things happening in Florida, but there's always a little bit of room for more additional things to happen.
And you won an award. Congratulations for Legislator of the Year. And was it from the State Chamber of Commerce?
I got, I think it was from the AIF, but it was for business voting, 100% with business, which, as a lot of people know, that's my main drive to go up there is to help business. So I'm very proud of that.
Associated Industries of Florida.
I think that was it. So I'm proud of that, and hopefully we can keep doing some of the stuff that we started last session and continue that this next session.
And the pill mill prosecutions, are you familiar? Because what I'm hearing is that they're arresting a lot of people, but the prosecutions aren't sticking.
Well, if that's the case, then we need to continue to refine what we started last session, because it's a problem with the doctors, it's a problem with the people that are coming here from different states and taking the drugs elsewhere. It's a problem for the people here that are buying these narcotics, and if they're not being properly dealt with from a judicial standpoint, then we need to do something legislatively.
And it'll be a good thing to get rid of these pills and the drug problem in Florida.
Absolutely. When you're talking 1 in 7 people, each day dying from this in the state of Florida, that's a significant number and something we need to do something about in our communities to make them better.
It's a disgrace.
It is.
So in terms of the Republican Party, how do you see it for 2012? Do you see us getting rid of President Obama and getting a Republican in the top office this next term?
If I'm allowed to speak here tonight, my mantra is going to be complacency. And all the gains that we made last year in terms of the state and the federal government and the House especially, if we get complacent, trust me, those independents and the Democrats that didn't show up last time, they will show up this time. And that's what we, as Republicans, cannot allow to happen. If the Obama administration and the folks that are thinking along that term get back in there again, this country's in real trouble, Lisa. And I hope that's the one thing we take out of here. We've got an election in a year and 4 months, and we cannot be complacent in terms of what we did last time going into this next one.
I'm thrilled to have you back on the Justice Hour in about 3 more weeks, I think.
I'm looking forward to it.
And your brother, Tom, is he planning to come tonight?
I think I'm standing in for him yet again, Lisa, but I haven't talked to him, so he might. You never know.
So what kind of report does he give you from United States Congress, what's happening there?
He every once in a while will call me. He's on the Intelligence Committee up there, so he always says he can't tell me everything. But he's very anxious about the debt limit and those types of things coming up. And hopefully we will see some action, at least on the part of the House, to deal with those types of issues, again, which are going to help our country in the long term if they can get them done.
Well, it's always great to see you, and thank you for the interview, and we look forward to hearing more from you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Great. We love this.
And here I am with one of my great friends, Sid Dinerstein, chairman of the Palm Beach County Republican Party. And Sid, you look very happy this evening. You've done a wonderful job with another Palm Beach County Lobsterfest. This is the annual Lobsterfest. How many is this?
This is the 10th, and I must tell you, it's not me. Greg does all the work. He has a whole slew of volunteers, plus Mark helps him, and I don't do a whole lot more than just show up and answer some questions.
You make it look good.
Well, they make me look very good. The place is fabulous. People come over to me and they say, is it always this good? And the answer is yes. Every year it's just as big. It's just as much fun.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what this is. If this is my 5th Lobster Fest I've attended, but everyone has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. It's a very light evening. We're not here making policy, but we are going to give all the electeds and the candidates 2 minutes to come up and say hello and let everybody see who they are. Some of the people brought their petitions for candidates. Whoever brought them can get them signed.
I saw that. Joe Kaufman, I think Alan West sent their people here as well. And the Beach Club, you cannot beat this venue. I mean, we look out the window. We're surrounded by windows, and I'm sure we're going to get footage of that, seeing the Atlantic Ocean. It's fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our 3rd site, but once we got here, we never left.
And I'm sure you have a message to give for this evening to the Republican Party for how we're doing now, the county party, the state party, and how does it look to beat Barack Obama in 2012?
I've been an extreme optimist for over 6 months, and people would say to me, what are you thinking? Well, now they come over to me and they say, how did you know? But the answer is, I know, because unfortunately, the country is not prospering the way it should, and the way that our people are worth. So we're going to change leadership in less than a year and a half, and the world will be a better place for it.
As county chair, you cannot choose a Republican at this point. But personally, do you have any favorites, or who do you see looking good for the Republican presidential candidate for 2012?
I don't, and I like not endorsing. I kick the tires like everybody else, and what I like to tell people, it's not my job to try to get people to vote the way I want them to. It's my job to make sure everybody comes here and everybody can make up their own mind, and I'm very happy with that.
What candidates will we be hearing from this evening?
Well, we got 2 for the United States Senate, which are Mike McAllister and Adam Hasner. The House is in session, so we don't have Alan and Tom, but we do have Joe Kaufman, who's running against Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So that's very good. And then we have all our state people, of which we've never had as many.
Excellent.
Yeah. And we'll go right down the list. We got, Pat Rooney's right here. Ellen Bogdanoff is in the room. Lisbeth was going to be here, well, so she sent the surrogate because she's going to be at the shuttle launch tomorrow, she found out.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. So.
There's Greg. Greg, do you want to come over and say hello?
I'm going to shuffle out.
Okay. Thank you. Wonderful talking to you.
Always great. We're going to start soon.
This is Greg Langowski, the Executive Director for the Republican Party of Palm Beach County. And Sid just spoke, and he gave you all the credit for doing all the wonderful work tonight.
It's always fun to put these events on for all our Republicans. We love it.
So now that I got a chance to speak to you, as I understand you're on the board of the Children's Services Council.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
They were recently in the paper about spending all kinds of money for executive coaching, a lot of money. Did you get any of that executive coaching?
The executive coaching?
Executive coaching.
It wasn't for us, it was for the staff and for the administration. But our chairman actually speaks on behalf of all that for the media. I can't.
They were getting a lot of criticism for some of the spending. Do you have any comments to make about that?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I don't mean to interrupt your celebration tonight. You did a wonderful job here, and I know you've been putting this together. How many Lobster Fests have you worked on so far? The fifth. Oh, nice. And since we've been having it at the Beach Club, I think I've been here almost every year, and it's just been fabulous. And I think this year it's been a sellout crowd. And I know you told me you can't take any more reservations. It's jam-packed. You could barely even get into the valet in the parking lot. And it's just a wonderful crowd, and I give a lot of credit for all that he does, and he's done such a great job for the Republican Party since he's been here.
Well, we thank you, Lisa, for everything you do. We appreciate you.
So keep up the good work, and we hope you're going to stay with the Republican Party of Palm Beach County for a while.
I love it here.
And try to cut the spending at the Children's Services Council.
I will try my best.
Thank you. At least spend more towards children and not for executive coaching. I know it's not, you're on a board and it's not because of you, but you can convey that message for me.
To cut for the salary, we did vote to cut that when it was actually brought to us the last time.
Excellent.
We did vote. I was part of
We want the money to go to the children.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Greg. And here I found one of my favorite people, Joe Kaufman, who is running for United States Congress for the seat currently held by a all-time Republican favorite, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's a favorite on one of the people that we want to get out of office. And Joe, are we going to see you as our next United States Congressman? And why did you pick Debbie Wasserman Schultz to run against?
Well, I think for me, it's personal. For me, here she is. She's demagoguing issues such as Medicare. She's telling our friends, such as Israel, that she wants them to go back to indefensible borders. She's doing all the things that I take personally, and so I feel that it's necessary for me to go in there and to tell the public that this is wrong and we need a change, but not a phony change like Barack Obama wants, but real change.
She's been appointed as the chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee, and as a Jewish female to take the positions that she has, which seem to me to be anti-Israel. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. To tell Israel that they need to go back to indefensible borders, to tell Israel that they need to do business with Hamas. But her as the chair of the DNC, how is she going to be able to do two jobs at once? That's the question that I have, and that's the question that many people in the district have. And I don't think that she can do that. And that's one of the big issues of this campaign.
Well, even as a United States Congresswoman, what kind of job do you think she's doing?
Well, I think it's a horrible job, and thankfully the newspapers are starting to pick up on it. The Washington Post recently gave her 3 Pinocchios, said that she's been making bogus claims against the Republican Party, said that she's scaremongering. This is the true Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and unfortunately the people of District 20 have to deal with this as she is their representative.
And some of the things that Debbie Wasserman Schultz has come out with, it's been really awful and disgusting.